Good day, everyone. I would like to greet you all a pleasant day, especially to our thesis advisor, Ms. Julie Pervion, and to our dear panelists. My name is Ana Salhani Vega, and together with my groupmates, we will be presenting our proposed study entitled Effects of Fare Changes to People Traveling into Different Establishments, such as resorts, hotels, restaurants, park in the midst of pandemic in Calapan City. To begin, may I call on Ms. Royalyn Garcia to give an overview of our research.
Good morning, ma'am, sir. Today I'll discuss to you our introduction. Our research title is Effects of Fare Changes to People Who Traveling in Different Establishments such as resorts, restaurants, hotels, and park in the midst of pandemic in Calapan City. Our introduction content is focusing on how people be affected by the fare changes during this pandemic. We all know that fare is the fee that people or passengers paid for using the public transport system such as taxi, bus, jeepney, tricycle, and etc. Fares are vital when it comes to the operation of public transport because they are the source of the operator's income. And the transportation is the backbone of different economies wherein it enables people to travel, trade, and communicate with others. Outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic led to many changes in our daily routines. One of these changes is the fare changes to people traveling to different destinations in Calapan in the midst of pandemic. The fare today is 2 or 3 times higher compared to before wherein COVID-19 still does not exist. Before the COVID-19 outbreak, people could travel to different places or destinations they want to go, such as beaches, malls, plazas, and other different destinations in Calapan without minding the transport fares. But now in the midst of pandemic, people limit the places, destination they want to travel. The outbreak greatly affected the lives of the people, especially in terms of financial situation. Those low-income individuals or families suffer the most compared to those who have the highest income, as well as to those who have their own vehicles to travel, and people can't do anything about this situation they are experiencing. Thus, the aim of this study is to find out what are the effects of the fare changes on people traveling to different destinations in Calapan City in the midst of pandemic. That that's all about in our background of the study or introduction.
This study sought to answer the following questions. First, what are the effects of fare changes to people traveling into different establishments, such as resorts, hotels, restaurants, park in the midst of a pandemic in Calapan City? Second, what is the percentage of people traveling to different destinations in Calapan City in the midst of pandemic? Third, is there any significant difference between the effects of fare changes, the percentage of people traveling to different destinations in Calapan City in the midst of pandemic? Moving on to this study's significant development of fare changes on public transportation in Calapan City. The findings and result of this study can provide relevant information and insight, as well as further improve the tourism experience that the tourism site can offer the tourists. Future researchers can use this study as a basis or references as they conduct new research studies. Effect of fare changes to people traveling into different establishments such as resorts, hotel, restaurants, park, and the midst of pandemic in Calapan City. In addition, it also aims to identify the effect of fare changes as they travel to different destinations that needs improvement. Our theoretical framework provides a better understanding of trip satisfaction to transport professionals. The contribution of this study is an evaluation on how the PUV modernization program affects the commuter's perception on public transportation and a reference material to be used. In our conceptual framework, used in this study is to utilize the independent variable and dependent variable. Independent variable consists of the commuter's profile, including age, sex, and monthly income, and the PUJ driver's profile, including their age, monthly income, and the age of the PUJ unit that they're using. Dependent variables consist of current public utility jeepney, models as well as modernized PUJ, models under the PUB mode modernization, program in terms of design, efficiency, safety, reliability, and cost.
The related research literature on the impacts of COVID-19 on public transport use is, as of 2022, still limited. Outline a number of urgent issues and important directions of research in order to cope up with the ongoing crisis while continuing the development. Due to relationship, researchers frequently try to model the spreading of infectious diseases through transport data. As also in the current case of COVID-19, transport indeed contributes to the geographical spread of the coronavirus. On the other hand, pandemics also have an impact on transport and human mobility. Considering the immediate effects of lockdowns, social distancing rules, home quarantines, and the full of partial suspension. The LTFRB has multiple hearings and considers the economic and trade managers' opinions when deciding on a fare increase in Metro Manila, Central Luzon, and Southern Luzon, which was greater than the social, economic, and development.
Isolation, quarantine, social distancing, and lockdown. Coronavirus has brought new terminology, rules, and ways of life with it. Communication in plain English has never been more crucial than it is now. Plus, the transportation sector will play a vital role in reviving economies and preventing the spread of COVID-19. Encourage telecommuting to ensure business continuity and contain the epidemic. However, not everyone is able to work from home. Many people are forced to leave their homes in order to make a living. Furthermore, the availability of products and services is still reliant on workers being able to get to work. Of course, keeping transit open while protecting the health of passengers and staff requires sweeping adjustment.
This methodology defines the research method used by the researcher to conduct the study. The researcher gives justifications and reasons for the research design. Determination of sample size, sampling design, and technique. Research instruments and data gathering procedure. The researcher will use this design to determine comparisons between the impact level of fare changes and percentage of people traveling to different destinations in Calapan City in the midst of pandemic. There are two different sets of questionnaires distributed to the respondents, a total of 20 items to find out the level of impact of fare changes to people traveling here in Calapan City. The questionnaire was constructed by the researcher based on the level of impact of fare changes and percentage of people traveling. The data gained by the researcher from the respondents are analyzed by using mean score statistics. The researcher scheduled the data gathering procedure based on the availability of the respondents. Then, the results of the questionnaire were analyzed to determine the teachers and the students. A request permission to conduct a study will be sent to the respondents through a letter duly noted by the college administrator of City College of Calapan.